1 week after primary election day, Republican Steve Hilton has officially finished in second place in the race for governor. This sets the stage for a traditional Democrat versus Republican contest now that Democrat Javier Becerra has already taken the top spot.
Tonight, KRON 4's Dan Kerman spoke to the experts about what this campaign might look like. He joins us now live from the newsroom with more. Dan?
Well, Vicki and Catherine, it wasn't that many months ago when there was talk that we could have two Republicans facing off in the runoff for governor. But as it turns out, it will be a Democrat versus a Republican, as you say. And already both sides are giving us a glimpse of what's to come during the next 5 months. At a campaign event in Southern California Tuesday, Republican Steve Hilton gave a preview of what a Steve Hilton-Javier Becerra runoff will look like.
Californians will have a real choice for change in November, whether they want to keep going with the policies that have brought us to the highest poverty rate, the highest unemployment rate, the highest cost of living in the country, whether they want more of that with Javier Becerra, or whether they want to go in a new direction.
56% of Californians are not happy with the direction of the state. They want to vote for change. And so Steve Hilton certainly represents change.
While political observers believe Steve Hilton's message of change will resonate with some Californians,
Steve Hilton really doesn't have a chance of winning, even if that argument resonates with folks.
Some say it will only go so far in a state dominated by Democrats.
We are in an era of heightened partisanship. There's a lot of concern among most Californians about Democrats versus Republicans, the direction that Republicans want to go. And so while it is probably true that a lot of Californians would like some change, and I think that's part of the reason Tom Steyer did so well, they're not willing to cross party lines for it.
The California dream is still alive, and under my watch, I guarantee you, we're going to revive it even more.
Democrat Javier Becerra, who was the top vote getter in the primary, is moving full steam ahead and didn't shy away Tuesday from reminding people Hilton was endorsed by President Donald Trump.
Donald Trump, who is again claiming that the election in California was fraudulent. That's who's endorsing Steve Hilton. That's who Steve Hilton is aligning himself with. Is that what we would expect of the next governor?
We're going to see Becerra leaning into that and talking about how, if he wins in November, he's going to push back against the president.
Political analysts say the president could play a reoccurring role in both campaigns.
You won't find Steve Hilton leading with President Trump endorsed me from day to day, but he can blunt some of the criticism by saying, I'm here to fix things. He's willing to work with me. If Becerra wants to run against Trump, that's fine, but I'm here to fix California.
Now, political analysts say both Hilton and Becerra can both reach out to voters who want change, but they say Becerra must get Democrats excited about his campaign if he is to win, so they turn out at the polls in November. Live in the newsroom, Dan Kerman, KRON 4 News.
Dan, thank you. And Governor Newsom has already come out to endorse Javier Becerra. The governor releasing a statement saying in part, quote, now it's time for Democrats to unite and win in November. I'm proud to support Javier as our nominee for governor. He'll stand up to Donald Trump, defend our families, and keep California moving forward.